Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to the VUS Learning English podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with me today. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We are a family here. We learn English together in a calm and happy way. If you are a returning listener, thank you for coming back. It is wonderful to have you with us again. Today, we have a very special episode. We are going to learn something very important. It is something that can help you in your life. It can help you make new friends. It can help you feel more confident. We are going to learn how to answer a very common question. The question is, tell me about yourself. This question can feel scary sometimes. But after today, you will feel ready. You will feel confident. You will know exactly what to say. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. I am truly grateful you are here. Before we begin, if you enjoy our podcast, please think about following or subscribing. It helps other English learners find us and join our community. And I have a small question for you. Where are you listening from today? I love to imagine all the different places in the world where you are. You can write it in the comments if you want. It makes me so happy to know where our friends are. Okay, are you ready? Let's take a deep breath together. Breathe in and breathe out. Wonderful. Let's begin. Section 1. Why most introductions feel difficult. Let's imagine something together. Picture yourself at a party. It is a nice, sunny day. You are at a barbecue. There are friends and family around. You are holding a plate with some food. You have a cold drink in your hand. You feel relaxed. A person you don't know comes to you. This person is very friendly. They have a big, warm smile. They look at you and ask a simple question. So, tell me about yourself. What happens in that moment? How do you feel? Does your stomach feel a little funny? Does your heart start to beat a little faster? Does your mind suddenly feel empty? You want to say something smart. You want to say something interesting, but you don't know where to start. Maybe you just say your name. I'm Sarah. I work in an office. And then silence. An awkward, quiet moment. It feels very long. If this has happened to you, please know this, you are not alone. So many people feel this way. Many adults feel nervous when they introduce themselves. Research shows this is very common. A study from a special school found something interesting. They found that 73 out of 100 people feel nervous, they freeze, they can't think of what to say, or they say something clumsy. It is a feeling that people all over the world understand. It is a universal moment of worry. We all feel this pressure. We feel we need to be interesting. We need to be memorable. But we have no idea how to do it. We don't know where to begin. And we don't know when to stop talking. It is a very common problem. But I have wonderful news for you. Today, we will solve this problem forever. You can change this feeling of dread. You can turn that awkward moment into a great conversation. Every single time. Today, I will give you a simple formula. It is a simple 3-step plan. This formula will end the awkward silence. You will not need to memorize long paragraphs. Those memorized speeches sound fake. They do not sound like the real you. You will not need to talk only about your success. That can make other people feel uncomfortable. This is just a simple, easy pattern. It is a small map for your mind. You can use it anywhere. You can use it at parties. You can use it in a new class at school. You can use it on a video call with new people. You can even use it when you are waiting for coffee. You only need to learn it one time. You practice it a few times. And soon you will sound confident without trying. You will start real conversations, you will make new friends, and you will not feel worried at all. This is not about being a different person. It is about showing the real you in an easy way. It helps other people connect with the wonderful person you are. Let's be honest for a moment. Most people answer this question in a difficult way. When someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," like people panic. They think it is a test about their entire life. So they start talking and talking. They share too much information, or they get very shy. They share too little information. The other person learns nothing about them. Think about it. What is the first thing you want to say? Maybe you want to list your job title, or where you are from, or maybe you mention your pet. This is just a list of facts. It is a data dump. You are dumping information on the other person. And our brains do not like this. The human brain is not made for lists of facts. The human brain is made for stories. We love stories. We want to hear a narrative. We want to find something we have in common. We want to find a connection that makes us say, "Oh, me too." When you just list facts, it is hard for the other person. Facts like your job, your hometown, your pet's name. The other person's brain has to work very hard. They are listening to your list. They are trying to find something to connect with. This is a lot of work for their brain. It is mentally tiring. And what happens when a person feels tired in a conversation? They give a polite nod. They say, "That's interesting." And then they find a way to leave the conversation. They are not being rude. Their brain is just tired. They did not find a connection. They did not find their in. So how do we fix this? The solution is simple and beautiful. You need to structure your answer. You need to make it easy for the other person. You want them to find that me too moment. Or you want them to feel curious about you. We want to invite them into a conversation. We do not want to show them a closed book. We can do this with a model I call present past spark. It is short, it is easy, and it is designed to pull the other person into the conversation with you. It is about opening a door for connection. Section 2, the present past spark formula. So what is this magic formula? It is very, very simple. That is why it is so powerful. It has 3 parts, just 3 short lines, and you are ready. Here it is. Part 1 is the present. You start with where you are right now. You talk about this specific moment or place. You connect yourself to what is happening now. Part 2 is the past. You give one small piece of your story, just one little detail from your past. This detail explains how you got here, or it explains why you are interested in this moment. This is not your whole life story. It is just one single interesting thread. Part 3 is the spark. This is the secret part. This is the magic ingredient. The spark passes the conversation to the other person. It can be a question. It can be an observation. It can be a fun fact. It is an invitation for them to talk. It is not a demand. That is the whole formula. Present, past, spark. 3 easy steps. So many ways to use it. And it is never boring. This is a framework. It is not a script you must memorize. You do not need to say the same words every time. It gives you a structure to build a natural, fun introduction. You can use it anytime, anywhere. It is flexible. You can adapt it. And most importantly, it works. It truly works. Section 3, present, connect to the moment. Let's look at the first part. The first part is the present. This is where many people make a mistake. When someone asks about them, they talk about their job. They say, "Hi, I'm a project manager. This is okay for a professional website." But at a party or a friendly meeting, it can be a little boring. It does not start a fun conversation. It gives the other person nothing to say unless they are also a project manager. So here's a better way. Start with the place you are in. Do not start with your job title. Connect yourself to the now. Connect to the room. Connect to the event. Connect to the situation where you are. This is about being present in the moment. For example, if you are at a friend's game night, don't say, "I work in marketing." Try saying something about the game. You could say, "I'm the person who is always losing at this game." Or you could say, "I'm trying to figure out how to win this game without anyone knowing my plan." This is funny. It is easy for people to relate to. It shows you are humble and have a sense of humor. And it is about the situation you are in right now. Here's another example. Imagine you are in a new class. Instead of just saying your major, like "I study history," you could try something different. You could say, "I'm the person who got here 20 minutes early. I was so worried about traffic." Or you could say, "I'm trying to find the best coffee shop near here for studying." These sentences do two very important things. First, they show you are a real human. You have normal experiences. You are not just a walking job title. Second, it gives the other person an easy way to reply. They can say, "Oh, the traffic was so bad for me too." Or they can say, "I know a great coffee shop. Let me tell you about it." Do you see how this opens a door? It invites a conversation. The main idea is to connect yourself to the place you are in. If you really want to mention your job, that's okay. But try to make it relevant to the situation. For example, if you are at a university, instead of "I am a project manager," you could say, "I manage building projects. So I am very curious about this new building on campus. I wonder how long it will take." Or if you are at a design event, instead of "I am a graphic designer," you could say, "I am a graphic designer. I have been admiring the beautiful signs at this event all morning." Do you see the difference? This creates a specific conversation. It is not a general, boring one. It makes your present statement active and interesting. Here's a special tip for the present part. Use your senses. Talk about what you see, hear, smell, or taste. Humans love sensory details. For example, you could say, "I'm the person who smelled the delicious pizza from down the street. I just followed my nose to this party." This creates a picture in the other person's mind. It makes you seem fun and relatable. And it invites them to talk about food or local restaurants. The goal of your present is simple. You want the other person to think, "Oh, I understand that feeling." Or, "That's interesting. I want to know more." It is a shared starting point for your conversation. It is your anchor in the now. Section 4. Past, one small piece of your story. Now let's talk about the second part, the past. This is where you give a little look into your story. A very small and interesting look. When I say small, I mean it. Keep it very short. One sentence is perfect. The goal is to give a little bit of context, a little bit of background, but you are not telling your whole life story. Think of it like a teaser for a movie. It is one interesting sentence that explains why you are here now. Or it explains what started your interest in something. This is not the time to share very personal or sad stories. It is not the time to list all of your awards and achievements. It is about sharing a relatable human detail. Let's look at an example. Imagine you are at a dog park. You are talking to another dog owner. Instead of just saying, I have a dog, try adding a small story. I got my dog last year. My neighbor's dog had puppies, and one of them kept visiting my house. So now, I'm a very proud dog owner. This sentence has a little story. It has warmth. It has humor. And it explains why you are at the dog park. It's a tiny story with a beginning, middle, and end. Here's another example for a professional event. Maybe your present statement was about your interest in coding. Your past statement could be, I was a teacher before. My students learned how to hack the classroom smartboard. I realized then that technology was the future, so I learned to code. This shows you have a personality. It shows you are willing to learn new things. It tells a specific and memorable story about your career change. It is much more interesting than saying, I was a teacher and now I am a coder. The trick is to choose one detail that explains your curiosity, or a change you made in your life, or an origin story of your passion. You are giving them just enough information to make them curious. You want them to think, oh, really? That's so interesting. Tell me more. You are showing a little piece of your journey. You are not just telling facts. This small piece of your past adds depth. It helps the other person see you as a full, interesting person. It helps them create a quick, positive story about you in their mind. Section 5. Spark. Invite them to talk. Okay, now for the third and most important part. This is the real secret. This is the part that changes everything. It is the spark. The spark turns your introduction into a real conversation. It is an invitation. It is your way of handing the conversational ball to the other person. It shows that you want to listen to them too. You don't just want to talk about yourself, you want to talk with them. There are 3 types of sparks that work very well. The first type is the curiosity question. This is a great one to use. It is a simple, easy question. It is a question that everyone can answer. For example, what is your favorite kind of coffee? Or what is the best movie you have seen recently? Or do you know any good places for lunch near here? People love to share their opinions. They love to share their small pieces of knowledge. It is an easy way for them to talk, and it shows that you are interested in them. You are interested in their world. For example, if your present was about being new in a city, and your past was about moving for a job, your spark could be, I am still trying to find a good pizza place. Do you have a favorite? The second type of spark is the knowledge gap. This one is very smart. It works because the human brain loves to help. When you show that you don't know something, people want to fill that gap. They want to give you the answer. For example, I am looking for the best park in this city. Do you have any ideas? Or, I am trying to decide which new TV show to watch. Any recommendations? When you ask this, you are inviting them to be your guide. You are inviting them to be the expert. This creates a feeling of teamwork. It makes them feel helpful and smart. Another great example is, I just started learning to play the guitar. Do you have any tips for a beginner? The third type of spark is the shared vulnerability. This is a very powerful one, but you should use it in a light, gentle way. It creates an instant connection. It makes you seem more human and real. and it invites the other person to share something too. For example, I am so bad at remembering names. Do you have any tricks for it? Or, I always burn the popcorn when I make it. What is your secret for a perfect movie snack? You are sharing a small, normal problem. This makes you seem approachable and friendly. It tells the other person, I am not perfect, and it's okay. It creates a safe space for them to be imperfect too. Just remember to keep it small. This is a small shared problem, not a big personal one. Choose one of these 3 sparks. Keep your question light and open. Make sure it is a question you really want to know the answer to. The best sparks are about easy topics. Everyone has an opinion about food or music. Not everyone wants to talk about politics at a party. The spark is a gift you give to the other person. It allows them to join the conversation easily. It shows you are a kind and generous conversationalist. Section 6. Examples for different situations. Let's see this formula in real life. Let's look at some examples for different situations. You will see how easy it is to change it for each place. Example 1. The first day of college. Present. I'm the person who organized all my classes with different colors. Then I got completely lost trying to find the library. This is relatable. It's a little funny. It shows your personality. Past. I grew up in a very small town. It only had one main street. So this big campus feels like a different planet to me. This explains why you feel a little lost. It adds a specific, personal detail. Spark. What is the most interesting or weird club on campus that I should check out? This is a knowledge gap question. It invites them to share their experience. Why this works. It is friendly and fun. It shows you want to be part of the new community. It gives them an easy way to help you. Example 2. In the kitchen at a shared office. Present. I'm the new marketing person working from home. I keep drinking all the good coffee from the kitchen, even though I bring my own. This is funny and specific to the place. It shows you are aware of your actions. Past. I used to work for a company that made hot sauce. So now my brain is always a little spicy and needs a lot of coffee. This is a unique and memorable story. It explains your coffee habit in a fun way. Spark. Speaking of food, do you have any recommendations for a good, cheap lunch around here? I want to eat something other than a sad salad at my desk. This is a knowledge gap question. It talks about a common problem. It invites them to share their local knowledge. Why this works. It is light and friendly. It connects to the shared space, and it asks for simple, practical advice. Example 3. At a wedding reception. Present. I'm the guest who just met the bride yesterday. I'm still trying to learn who is in which family. Many people at weddings feel this way. It shows a little bit of funny confusion. Past. The first time I gave a wedding speech, it was so bad that the music started playing to make me stop. So today, I am just here to enjoy the food and be quiet. This is a funny, self-deprecating story. It's memorable. It explains why you are feeling relaxed. Spark. Since you have been here longer, what do you think is the better choice for dinner? The chicken or the fish? This is a curiosity question. It is playful. It invites a shared opinion about the event. Why this works. It is friendly. It is about the shared event. And it asks for a fun, low-pressure opinion. Example 4. In a virtual meeting online. Present. I am the person with the messy bookshelf in the background. I still have not learned how to use a virtual background. This is a very common and relatable tech problem. It is funny and self-deprecating. Past. I started learning to code during the pandemic. Making bread felt too popular, so I chose coding instead. And now I love it. This is a unique and timely story. It shows you are proactive. Spark. Has anyone here actually read all the rules for this video program? Or did we all just click I agree without reading? This is a shared vulnerability and a curiosity question. It is funny and invites people to agree with you. Why this works. It uses humor about the online format. It asks a question that almost everyone can relate to. Example 5. At a family reunion. Present. I am the cousin who is not allowed to use the big barbecue grill. I always drop the food, so I am in charge of the small snacks. This is a relatable family role. It shows a small, funny weakness. Past. My grandmother paid me to learn the piano when I was a kid, but I secretly taught myself how to play the guitar instead. She was not happy about it. This is a classic family story. It shows your personality. It might make other family members remember similar things. Spark. What do you think is the secret ingredient in Aunt Mary's famous apple pie? I am sure it must be magic. This is a knowledge gap and curiosity question. It focuses on a shared family memory. It invites them to share a family secret. Why this works. It connects to shared family history. It uses humor, and it asks about a specific, loved part of the family culture. Do you see the pattern in all of these examples? The spark is always a gift. It is not a demand. It is an open door. It is a gentle invitation. It lets the other person join the conversation comfortably. It makes it easy for them to talk, to share, and to connect with you. Section 7 for professional situations. Now let's talk about a very important place. Professional settings, like a job interview, or a networking event, or a meeting with a client. In these places, the question, "Tell me about yourself," has a different goal. The goal is not just to make a friend. The goal is to show your professional value. You want to show you are a good fit for the job or the company. The present-past spark formula still works here, but the content inside it is different. It is more strategic. It is more focused. In a job interview, the interviewer is not asking about your favorite pizza. They are thinking about your skills. They are thinking about your experience. They want to know how you can help their team. So we can change our formula a little bit. Instead of present, past, spark, we can think present, past, future. Our spark becomes our future goal. Let's change the parts for a professional situation. Present, this is your current job, but it is more than just your job title. It is about the value you create. What problem do you solve now? Example, instead of I am a data analyst, try, I am currently a data analyst. I help my company understand complex information. I turn that information into simple ideas that help the company grow. This shows your value. Past. This is a short story from your career. It explains how you got your skills. It shows why you are interested in this job. It is your professional origin story. Example, I actually started my career working in a shop at night. I became very curious about why we sold some products so fast and other products did not sell. This curiosity led me to study customer behavior, and that path brought me to data analytics. This shows you are curious and a problem solver. It is much better than a list of old jobs. Spark professional future. This is not a casual question. This is where you look to the future. You connect yourself to their company. You show your excitement for this role. It shows you have done your research. Example, I was very excited to read about your company's new project and mention a specific project. I am very interested in how you measure success for your customers. Could you tell me a little more about your process for that? This shows you are prepared. It shows you are genuinely interested. It invites them to talk about their work. Another example for networking. I love connecting with creative people in this field. I know someone who creates amazing new packaging from recycled materials. If that is interesting for your work, I would be happy to introduce you. This is very generous. You are offering to help them. It shows you are a valuable connection, not just someone looking for something. The most important thing in professional settings is to prepare. Your present, past, and spark or future must connect to the specific job. They must connect to the company's goals. Research the company. Understand their problems. Then frame your story to show how you can help solve those problems. This is your short story that proves you are the right person for the opportunity. Section 8. Common mistakes to avoid. Even with a perfect formula, it is easy to make mistakes. There are some common traps that can make your introduction fail. Let's call them conversational landmines. You want to walk around them, not on them. 1. The resume recital. This is when you read your resume out loud. You list every job, every school, every date. From 2015 to 2017, I worked at Company A. Then in 2017, I moved to Company B. This is very boring. It is not personal. The other person will stop listening. Remember, they want a story, not a list of data. Your introduction is not a spoken CV. 2. The therapy session. This is when you share too much personal information. You start talking about very deep personal problems. Problems with your health, your family, or your relationships. This is not appropriate for a first meeting. A little bit of vulnerability is good, but sharing too much makes people feel very uncomfortable. They do not know what to say. Keep your introduction light and positive. The new person you are meeting is not your therapist. 3. The humble brag. We have all heard this before. It sounds like you are being humble, but you are actually bragging. For example, "Oh, it was so hard to finish my project. I was just so busy after my big promotion." This sounds insecure. It does not sound confident. True confidence is quiet. It does not need to announce itself. This kind of talk can make you seem not genuine. 4. The dead-end fact. This is a piece of information that leads nowhere. It is a fact that is impossible to reply to. For example, "I am tall," or "My favorite color is blue," or "I was born in May." What can the other person say? Okay. The conversation stops. Every piece of information you share should be a hook. It should invite a question or a connection. 5. The question attack. A spark is a good question, but asking too many questions in a row is not good. It feels like an interrogation. It feels like you are testing them. What's your favorite movie? What about books? Do you like to travel? Where have you been? This is too much. Ask one question, then stop. Listen carefully to their answer. Give them space to talk. A conversation is like a dance. It is not a quiz. You take a step, then they take a step. Avoiding these mistakes is very important. It is just as important as learning the formula. Be mindful. Be present in the moment and be truly interested in connecting with the other person. Don't just broadcast information about yourself. Section 9. How to practice and sound natural. You might be thinking, this formula is great, Anna, but how do I say it so it sounds natural? I don't want to sound like a robot. That is a wonderful question. The answer is simple. Practice. Like any new skill, you need to practice, but you need to practice in a smart way. Here is what you can do. First, take out your phone. Open the voice recording app. Now, record yourself. Say you're present past Spark for a few different situations. Imagine you are at a party. Imagine you are in a new class. Imagine you are at a professional event. Try to make your introduction about 45 seconds long, 1 minute at the most. Now listen to your recording. Listen carefully. Be honest with yourself. Does it sound interesting to you? If you feel bored listening to yourself, other people will feel bored too. Listen for words like and like. These are called filler words. Try to use them less. Listen for general language. Words like I do stuff or it's a good thing. This is too vague. Try to replace general words with specific, clear words. For example, instead of I work in design, try I design the screens for mobile apps that help people with their fitness. Do you see how much better that is? It is specific. It is clear. It gives the other person a real picture. Specificity is your friend. After you make your introduction better, it is time to practice in the real world. Start in safe, low-risk places. The line at the coffee shop is a great place to practice. You can say to the person next to you, I'm the person who always orders the strongest coffee. Present. I am usually working late on my projects. What is your favorite drink to start the day? Spark C? Simple and friendly. You can practice in an Uber or a taxi. You can practice in an online chat group. You can practice in the 2 minutes before a meeting starts. These are small wins. Every time you use the formula and it works, your brain learns. Your brain starts to trust the pattern. You are building a new habit. You are building muscle memory for confident introductions. After you practice 10 times or 20 times, it will feel natural. You will sound spontaneous and charming. You will not be thinking about the formula anymore. It will become a natural part of how you communicate. Section 10. Your voice and your energy. Your words are very important. They open the door to a conversation. But your energy and your voice are also very important. They are what invite people to come inside. Your voice and energy are like a non-verbal handshake. They show you are warm, open, and confident. Even the best words can fail if your energy says, go away. Here are some things to think about for your voice and energy. Relax your body. When your body is relaxed, your voice is relaxed. Before you talk, take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop down. A relaxed body leads to a warm and friendly voice. Smile with your voice. You can hear a smile. When you smile, the tone of your voice changes. It becomes warmer and more friendly. You don't need a huge grin. Just a gentle, small smile can make a big difference in how you sound. Speak calmly and clearly. When we are nervous, we often speak very fast. Try to speak a little more slowly than you normally do. This helps you sound more confident. It also makes it easier for the other person to understand you, especially if you are speaking English as a second language. The power of the pause. Don't be afraid of short moments of silence. After you say your spark, pause. Wait for the other person to respond. The pause gives them space to think and speak. It shows you are a confident and patient listener. Nod and encourage with your voice. When the other person is talking, you can make small sounds to show you are listening. Sounds like, oh, interesting, or right. This is like nodding with your voice. It encourages them to keep talking. It shows you are an active listener. Match their energy a little. Listen to the other person's energy. Do they speak loudly or softly, quickly or slowly? You can gently match their energy a little bit. If they are very quiet and calm, you can also speak in a calmer way. If they are very energetic and excited, you can show a little more energy too. This helps to build a subconscious connection. Remember, your voice and your words should work together. They should send the same message. If you say, I am so happy to meet you, but your voice is flat and tired, the message is confusing. Let your voice show your warmth and your confidence. Practice this just like you practice your words. Your energy is a universal language that everyone understands. Section 11. What to do when the conversation is flat. Let's be realistic. Sometimes you will do everything right. You will say a perfect present past spark, and you will get nothing. Silence. Or maybe just a short answer like, I don't know, or no. First, do not panic. This happens. It happens to everyone. A flat conversation does not mean you did something wrong. It is not about you. Here is what you can do to save the situation. Do not take it personally. The other person's reaction might have nothing to do with you. Maybe they are shy. Maybe they are having a bad day. Maybe they are distracted by something. Maybe they are just not a talkative person. It is okay. Try another wider question. If your first spark was very specific and it failed, try a more general question. For example, you asked, what is your favorite local bakery? And they said, I don't know. You can follow up with a broader question. No problem. Is there anything you have discovered recently that you enjoyed? Like a new song, or a new book, or even a new hobby? This gives them more options to find an answer. Change the topic completely. If your second try also doesn't work, it is okay to change the subject. You can say something about the event or the place. Well, this has been a great party so far. What brought you here today? The graceful exit. If the conversation is really not going anywhere, it is okay to leave. It is better to leave politely than to stand in awkward silence. You can say something like, well, it was so nice to meet you. I'm going to go get another drink. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. This is polite, it is clear, and it allows you both to move on comfortably. You tried, it did not work this time. That is perfectly fine. The goal is not to force every conversation to be a deep connection. The goal is to make it easy to try to connect. And when it doesn't work, you can move on with grace and confidence. Section 12, Advanced Skill, Using Humor and Vulnerability. When you feel comfortable with the basic formula, you can add some extra layers. You can add more advanced skills to make your introduction even better. Two of the most powerful skills are humor and vulnerability. When you use them together in a smart way, they can be magic. They make you seem very human and very likable. Humor. Good humor is a social gift. It makes people relax. It connects people. It makes them smile. The best kind of humor for an introduction is self-deprecating humor. This means you make a small, gentle joke about yourself. It shows that you are humble. It shows that you don't take yourself too seriously. It makes other people feel safe and relaxed around you. Example, I speak 3 languages: English, sarcasm, and forgetting what I came into a room to get. This is funny, and many people can relate to it. Example, my special power is turning coffee into computer code. At least, that is what I tell my cat. Vulnerability. A tiny piece of authentic vulnerability can also be very powerful. Vulnerability means showing a small weakness. It shows you are not perfect. This makes you more relatable and human. Example, I once cried during a TV commercial for dog food. This is a small, harmless, and sweet admission. Example, I still get lost sometimes, even when I am using GPS on my phone, which is a little embarrassing for a person who loves technology. When you combine humor and vulnerability, it is very powerful. The combo example, I speak 3 languages: English, sarcasm, and forgetting what I came into a room to get. Honestly, I once cried during a TV commercial for dog food, so my brain is probably just too full of emotions to remember things. This combination makes you instantly human. It creates a safe space. When you share something small and funny about yourself, it invites other people to do the same. But be careful. Use this advanced skill like a spice. A little bit makes the food delicious. Too much can ruin it. Too much humor can make you seem not serious. Too much vulnerability can become a therapy session. Find the right balance. A little dash of humor and vulnerability can make you very memorable and very likable. Section 13. Being mindful of culture. It is very important to remember one thing. Communication is different around the world. What works in one culture might not work in another culture. A question that is friendly in one country might feel rude in another. So, when you use the present past spark formula, be mindful. Be aware of cultural differences. Direct versus indirect cultures. In some cultures, like in America or Germany, it is common to ask direct questions. What do you do for a living? Is a normal question. But in other cultures, perhaps in parts of Asia or the Middle East, this can feel too personal for a first meeting. In these cases, you can use a softer, more indirect question. Instead of what do you do, you could ask, what keeps you busy these days? Or what are you passionate about? This is more gentle and respects their privacy. Individual versus group cultures. In some cultures, the group is more important than the individual. In these places, it can be polite to mention your group first. For example, instead of starting with, I am a software engineer, you might say, I am with the team from the Tokyo office of company name. I work there as a software engineer. This shows your connection to the group before you talk about yourself. Use observation as a safe spark. If you are not sure about the cultural rules, you can use a spark that is about observation. This is almost always safe. You can comment on the food, the music, or the place. For example, these cookies are delicious. They remind me of my mother's baking. Are they from a local shop? Or, the music here is so beautiful. Do you know the name of the artist? This starts a conversation without asking any personal questions. Pace and personal space. Pay attention to how close people stand and how fast they talk. Some cultures prefer more personal space and a slower conversation. Other cultures are comfortable being closer and talking faster. Watch what other people are doing. Then you can adapt your style to make them feel comfortable. The goal is not to be an expert in every culture. That is impossible. The goal is to be aware, to be flexible, and to be respectful. When you are not sure what to do, just listen more than you speak, and always be polite and kind. Section 14. How to manage your nerves. Even with the perfect formula, you can still feel nervous. Your heart beats fast, your hands get sweaty, your brain feels empty. This is a normal human feeling. It is your body's natural alarm system, but you can learn to manage it. You can calm your nerves. Here are some simple tricks. Focus on your feet. This sounds strange, but it works. When you feel anxious, bring your attention down to your feet. Feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your toes inside your shoes. This simple action sends a signal to your brain. It tells your brain, you are safe. You are grounded. There is no danger here. It pulls your mind away from worry and into the present moment. The long exhale. Your breath is a powerful tool. When you are nervous, you breathe fast and shallow. You can change this. Consciously make your exhale longer than your inhale. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Then breathe out slowly for 6 seconds. Do this a few times. This simple breathing exercise calms your nervous system. It lowers the stress hormones in your body. It helps you feel calm almost instantly. The power pose. This is a fun one. Before you go to a party or an interview, find a private place. A bathroom or an empty room is perfect. For 2 minutes, stand in a power pose. Stand like a superhero. Put your hands on your hips. Put your feet wide apart. Lift your chin. Research from Harvard University shows that this changes your body chemistry. It increases your confidence hormones and decreases your stress hormones. It is a physical trick to make you feel more powerful and confident. Change your goal. This is a very important mind shift. You are not going to a party to win a prize. You are not in a competition. Your goal is not to make everyone like you. That is too much pressure. Change your goal. Your new goal is to have 1 or 2 pleasant conversations. You are just exploring. You are seeing if you can find a small connection with someone. If you do, that's wonderful. If you don't, that's okay too. When you change your goal, you remove the pressure. You can approach people with curiosity instead of fear. You are not performing. You are exploring. You can use these mental and physical tools together. They will help you turn your nervous feelings into positive energy. They will help the real confident you to shine. Section 15, a simple cheat sheet. Sometimes our minds go blank. We forget everything we learned. That's okay. For those moments, here is a very simple cheat sheet. A small reminder you can keep in your pocket or on your phone. The present past spark template. Present. The person who has described something you are doing or feeling right now at this name the place or event. Example. I'm the person who is trying all the different kinds of cheese at this party. Past. One sentence about your past that connects to the present. Example. I grew up in a place with no good cheese. So now I am making up for lost time. Spark. I'm curious, ask a simple low-pressure question. Example. I'm curious, have you tried the spicy one yet? Is it good? That's it, just fill in the blanks. You can change it for a social party or a professional meeting. It is a simple, powerful tool that is always there for you. Section 16. Your turn to practice. Okay, my friend. You have the formula, you have the examples, you know how it works. But knowledge that you don't use is just information. We want to turn this knowledge into a real skill. So now it is your turn. I have a small challenge for you. Right now, I want you to take a moment. you can pause the podcast. Find a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone. I want you to write down your present past spark. Write it for 2 different situations. 1, a casual social party like a friend's birthday. 2, a more professional event like a networking meeting or a job interview. Think about your own life, your own stories. Make it real for you. When you are done, I have a gentle invitation. If you feel comfortable, share one of your introductions in the comments section. I would love to read them. I will try to give you some friendly feedback to make it even stronger. Let's help each other. Let's make sure you feel completely ready and confident. And then, here is part 2 of the challenge. In the next 24 hours, I challenge you to try it. Use your formula on one new person, just one. It can be the person who makes your coffee. It can be a new person at your work or school. It can be the person sitting next to you on the bus. Just one small conversation. See what happens. Notice how it feels. This is how you build real confidence. Not by just listening, but by doing. One small, successful introduction at a time. I believe in you. You can do this if you are the question. Tell me about yourself is not a test. It is not a threat. It is an opportunity. It is a doorway to connection. It is an invitation to share a small, beautiful part of who you are. When you walk through that door with the present past spark formula, you will never feel lost again. You will feel prepared and calm. Remember the 3 steps. First, connect yourself to the present moment. Second, give a small, interesting piece of your past. And third, and most importantly, pass the conversational ball back to them with a kind and curious spark. People may not remember every word you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. They will remember that it was easy and pleasant to talk with you. They will remember the feeling of connection. So go and practice. Share your spark in the comments if you like. And if you want more simple tools to help you navigate social conversations with confidence, please subscribe. Next week, we are going to talk about another tricky situation: how to politely end a conversation. Thank you so much for listening today. Remember that confidence is not something you are born with. It is a skill you learn. It is a habit you build. One small step at a time. Now go out there and spark some wonderful conversations. I am so proud of you for learning and growing. See you next time, my friend.